Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be my end of the year TBR. Now, I wasn't going to do this video. I saw everyone doing it and I was like, Erin, you do not need to make a TBR because I never follow through. I never actually complete my TBR. Okay, well that's not true. I do sometimes. More often than not, I do not complete the TBR. So I was thinking to myself, do you really want to make a video where it's just going to be empty promises of books that you might pick up before 2023 is over? Then I was thinking, I already have an end of the year TBR, kind of. At the end of last year or beginning of this year, it was either December of 2022 or January of this year, I made a video talking about the 23 books I wanted to read in 2023. I've done this challenge twice now. I did it in 2022 and then this year. The one in 2022 I did not successfully complete. I think I had like 7 or 8 books that I never actually got to. So I did very bad for my challenge in 2022. But I have been much better about finishing my 23 for 2023. I actually only have 6 books left on that TBR to complete. So I figured I would just kind of like make it one thing where I talk about the 6 books that I have left on my 23 for 2023, but also I'm trying to get these read before the end of the year, so, you know, it makes sense. It's basically my end of the year TBR. I was thinking about adding to the books, like picking a few from my shelves that maybe I was like hopeful about getting to before December was over, but honestly, I think that's just gonna make things too chaotic for me. I'm kind of already in a slump right now and I don't really know what sounds good to me, so I feel like if I just randomly start putting books into my end of the year TBR, it's gonna become a hot mess and then I won't actually touch any of them. So I'm gonna play it safe and I'm only gonna talk about the 6 that I have left to finish on my TBR for 2023. And that's gonna be it. So this is probably gonna be really short and really quick, but I don't know, everyone was doing this video and I wanted to do the video. So these are the 6 books that I am hoping to read before 2023 is over. The first one is The Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman. I read Practical Magic last October and it was a really weird reading experience because it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, but I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. I just had to like, I think I had to just like fix my expectations about it because I'd seen the movie so many times, so I think I went in expecting the movie, but a lot of people told me that if I continued reading the series, I believe everyone told me this one was their favorite. I think a lot of people said that. So I decided to continue with the series, and at the time of making my 23 books for 2023, I wanted to include it because I was hoping I was going to get more into the series, but here it is, the end of November, and I haven't touched it, but I still want to read it, so hopefully in December I do pick it up, or sooner than that. Maybe I'll read it sometime here soon, but this is the like 2nd book. I don't think you have to read this series in any particular order, but I'm reading it in order of publication date. I think that's what I decided to do just because I thought it was really confusing. So I believe this book follows the story of the ants, I think. It's been a while since I've looked at this book or even thought about it, so I think that's what this is about. But I'm hoping that maybe this will come in handy when I need something like cozy and light and maybe just like, you know, some witchy fun. Yeah, I really hope I do actually read this one before 2023 is over because I did enjoy the first one and I want to continue this series. I think I just kind of forgot about it, which isn't that surprising considering it's me, but I do hope to pick this one up here fairly soon, and I think it'll just be a fun, easy read. I think it'll be kind of perfect for the end of the year and it won't be anything too serious or, you know, something that I'll have to struggle through, so I think it will get read. I'm just hoping I don't forget about it. This next one is actually on my November TBR, which no one asked me how that's going because it's going very, very badly. But this is Stranger Things Happen by Kelly Link. This is a short story collection, and the reason I bought this is because the cover reminds me of a Nancy Drew book, and I grew up on Nancy Drew. I was a big Nancy Drew fan. I played the video games. My mom loves Nancy Drew. She collects all the books. Like, I grew up with Nancy Drew. So when I saw this cover, I was like, oh, this has my interest peaked. And I just thought it was really pretty, and I don't know what these stories are going to be like. Every time I talk about this book, I'm pretty sure I just read the exact same thing off the back of this book, and it just says, these 11 extraordinary stories are quirky, spooky, and smart. They all have happy endings. Every story contains a secret prize. Each story was written especially for you, which I just think sounds very interesting. Also, if you know me, they all have happy endings kind of got me. I do love a happy ending, which I know is very off-brand for me being a horror lover, but I do love a happy ending. So I'm very intrigued by this collection. The cover really sold me. They sound odd, but like in a really good way, and I do love short story collections. I say this so many times. I love short story collections. I don't know why I haven't read this yet, but it is on my TBR for this month, so hopefully by the time you're watching this, I've already read it. Fingers crossed that I actually get to it. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this that just really grabs me, and I can't not want to read it, I guess, if that makes any sense. Anyways, this is on my end of the year TBR. I'm hopeful that I will get to it, and hopefully it's like a 5-star read, or I don't know, even a 4-star read. I'll take that too, but we'll see how it goes. I have no idea what to expect from it. This next book, I know everyone is going to scream at me because I don't know why I haven't read it, and I know so many of you are going to yell at me when you see me hold this book up because so many love this book, and I know that. I know that. I don't know why I haven't read it, okay? And that is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I love Tiffany D. Jackson. She's one of my favorite authors. I just think she is incredibly talented, and her stories are so unique and just so, this is gonna sound weird, but just so well written. Like, I just will read anything she writes, and this is like everybody's favorite. I'm pretty sure I looked on Goodreads and I didn't see anything lower than, oh my god, like a 4-star. I saw a ton of 5 stars for this. Like, this book is well loved. I'm kind of scared of it, okay? And everyone told me this book is super emotional, which it's about this girl whose best friend goes missing. Her name is Monday. No one seems to care. She's the only one like looking for her or trying to find out what happened. Her parents are avoiding like questions and acting, you know, just like blasé about the whole thing. And I can already tell based off of that plot synopsis that it's gonna make me cry. And I'm a crybaby. I cry about a lot of things. I cry a lot. I cry constantly. I feel like most of you know that. So I have no doubt that this is gonna like hit me real hard. So one, I'm just scared emotionally. I feel like it's gonna like destroy me from the inside out. 2, I'm worried I'm not gonna like it as much as everyone else. Mainly because it's been so hyped up to me, but also because my favorite Tiffany D. Jackson is White Smoke, which I know is a very controversial opinion, I guess. There are people that like it, but I feel like a lot of people like other books from her more. But for me, White Smoke is just perfection. It's everything I wanted. It's everything I love. It hit all the marks for me. It checks all my boxes. I love it. So I'm worried that it's just not going to be able to beat White Smoke, even though I know they're very different stories. This is more like mystery thrillery, I guess. I don't know if it's considered a full thriller, but I know it's more of like a mystery thriller, whereas White Smoke is more of a YA horror. So, you know, they're both YA, but just kind of different genres, which I know that they're going to be different, and I know that you can't really compare them on that level, but it's just White Smoke. It's my favorite Tiffany D. Jackson. I think it's just superior to her other books. Not that any of her books are bad. The ones that I've read, I've all loved. So I don't think I won't love this. I just am scared it's not gonna be better than White Smoke, and I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know, rate it 4 stars, and then I'm gonna be sad because I want this to be a 5-star read. I don't know. I feel like I have too much pressure on myself for this book, which is why I've been avoiding it. That, and I just know it's gonna emotionally destroy me, so yeah, I hope I get to this one because I just keep putting it off, honestly. I'm just avoiding it at this point. Speaking of avoiding well-loved books, I also have Psycho by Robert Bloch on my list. Honestly, the only reason I haven't read this one is because I've seen the movie so many times, and I don't think that's gonna make me dislike the book. I just don't want to be bored of the book. And it's very short. It's gonna be a very quick read. Like, I know that. It's gonna be really short. I'm sure it'll keep my attention. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I think I'm just worried that because I know the movie so well, that it's gonna, like, I don't know, it's just not gonna work for me or something. I don't know. I just keep putting it off. I keep avoiding it. I know everyone loves it. I think I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm hyping it up too much, or maybe I'm hyping it down too much. I don't know. But for some reason, I keep avoiding this book. It's like a horror classic. I know. I should have read it already. I think there's just something about watching a movie so much and just knowing it so well that reading the book makes you nervous. I don't know if I'm the only one, but that's kind of where I'm at with this right now. I guess I'm just nervous I won't like it as much as I like the movie, so I keep avoiding it. Hopefully, I will actually get it read before the end of the year because I feel like it's about time that I read it and take it off my TBR. If any of these books are going to not get read by the end of the year, my money is on this one for me, and that's The Paulbearers Club by Paul Tremblay. And mainly because I've heard this is not everyone's cup of tea. I've heard it's more on, like, the literary side. I've heard it's not, like, full-on horror. And I think my problem is the first Paul Tremblay I ever read was A Head Full of Ghosts, which I absolutely loved. That's the only one I've actually read by this author. So I loved it. It was great. It was amazing. And then everyone started talking about this one, and I got worried. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna actually like this one. So I've been putting it off. Horror that is more on the literary side is very hit or miss for me. Sometimes it works extremely well, and sometimes it just doesn't. So I'm very, very, very hesitant about this book. I'm very nervous about this book. I just have a feeling it's not going to be for me. I read the first chapter for a video for my patrons, and I never picked it up again, which I guess is probably a good sign that I might hate this, but I'm not sure. I want to give it a chance. I want to actually try and attempt to read it because I have seen a lot of high praise for this book. So I do know a lot of people love it and it does work for a lot of people. I'm just worried that it's not gonna work for me. So I believe this book is about the main character who's a loner in high school, and he ends up starting this, like, extracurricular club that's for people that volunteer to be pallbearers. That's the most I know about it, honestly. I don't know much else, but it does sound weird, and weird horror doesn't always work for me. So yeah, if any of these books don't get read by the end of the year, it's probably going to be this one, but I am going to try and hope and maybe get it done. I don't know. We'll see. And And the last book on my end of the year TBR is Familiar Spirit by Lisa Tuttle. This is a paperbacks from hell. I ended up putting this on my 23 for 2023 because last year I read A Nest of Nightmares, which is a short story collection by this author, and they were amazing. It's one of my absolute favorite short story collections, hands down. It's bizarre, it's weird. All of the protagonists were women. It just really worked for me, and I really enjoyed the like simple stories and how the simplicity was really horrific, and I don't know. They were really just eerie and creepy and wonderful, and I loved every second of that collection. All of the stories pretty much were 5 stars, which is incredibly hard to do for me in a short story collection. So I knew I wanted to read more from Lisa Tuttle, and this was the only one that I could find at the time. And I decided to buy it, and then because I loved A Nest of Nightmares so much, I put it on this list. I actually don't know what this is about. I think it's about possession. I think the main character gets possessed by a demon or something like that. I actually don't remember, to be honest. Look, a lot of these books I haven't touched since the beginning of this year. That's why they're still on my end of the year TBR, because I haven't touched them. So I really don't remember what this is about, but paperbacks from hell usually go fairly quick for me. They're usually only a little over 200 and some pages, like 240 or so. So I feel like this one should be a quick, easy read. I'm hoping I like it at least on the same level of A Nest of Nightmares. I'm assuming they're going to be very different because one is a short story collection and one isn't. But I'm still hopeful that maybe the writing will be super familiar and it will be the writing that I really enjoyed from the short story collection. So I am hopeful, and I do think I will be able to get this one read before the end of the year. And there you have it, my friends. Those are the 6 books that I will be attempting to finish before 2023 is over. I feel like this is very doable. I feel like I can actually accomplish my goal. I really want to. I really just want that satisfaction of completing a yearly reading goal. I have my Goodreads yearly reading goal, but I already surpassed it, and I don't know, I don't ever really take those as seriously. I just like don't really think about the number of books I'm reading a year. It's never really like that big of a deal to me. I just kind of read and then I just see what happens. But I don't know, I just like to set a goal because everyone else does. But I feel like this one, I'll feel really accomplished if I actually get this done. And I kind of just want to feel accomplished by the end of this year because I feel like this year has been kind of crazy, and the first half was like super long and then the second half went by in like a blink of an eye. So I just want like something to feel really like finished and completed, and I don't know. I just feel like I'll feel really good about it if I get it done. So I am glad that I kept it to these 6. I think it will be better for me in the end, and I just feel like I'll be able to accomplish it better. So hopefully I get these 6 books read. I think I can do it, hopefully. But yeah, I'm hopeful. Let me know what's on your end of the year TBR, if you have an end of the year TBR, or if you're trying to finish any reading goals, whether that be the Goodreads challenge or if you're just trying to have like your own personal goal. You can put it down below and we can chat about our end of the year goals. This is the only one I have, to be fair, so I don't have anything like super serious, but hopefully we all get our goals done and then we can feel very accomplished about them together. If you enjoyed seeing this video, this type of video from me, and you would like to see more of them in the future, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon linked down in the description box. We can become friends, talk about books, horrifying books, thrilling books, romance books, manga, all that good fun stuff. And with that being said, I hope you are having a great day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!